Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When we last left off, we were here at the Mirkwood. We had just finished all the quests and had gone on the assault up against the Orc Fortress, overlooking the camp and overlooking the pathway that goes up to the Gastanon, and had cleared it all out so that the Maladrim have been able to move off the beachfront, have been able to move deeper into the Mirkwood. Mirkwood moved on up through and have gone over to, I believe, Emin is where they are now. But our quest is we need to go back over to the Imlad Lelith, over across the river in Lothlorien, and talk to Breglin. So that is what we're going to do right now. We're going to find out about Mazog. Apparently the dwarves have finally brought Mazog around the long way, around Lothlorien, around the edge of the forest, refusing to allow him to step foot within their lands, and have reached the beach with him. So we are now going to talk to Breglin as soon as we can find him. Oh, looks like sunset. You see the sun over there through the trees going down. Everything's getting that really golden hour look to it, which is even more so here in Lothlorien. Man, things get really golden hour over here. Alright, we are in Imlad Lelith. It looks like he is going to be over here. Is he going to be in the gazebo? I think so. Yep, there he is. There's Breglin. Let's talk to him and find out what is going on with the quest to bring Mazog across.
The first crossing was a success then. Good.
The first crossing was a success, Gnarlo. That means it's time for the second, smaller company to cross Anduin. I will bring you to meet them, after all. You will be assisting these elves with the transport of Mazog to Dol Guldur, and the way will be fraught with danger. Let me know when you're ready, and I will introduce you to them. Well, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and do it. Introduce me to the company.
Are you ready to meet the party responsible for bringing Mazog to Dol Guldur?
Are you ready to meet the company responsible for the dangerous undertaking of bringing Mazog to Dol Guldur in exchange for the prisoners? I will bring you to them and make the introductions.
The golden host of Lothlorien has crossed the river Anduin, but now a second smaller party must follow in its wake. These are the elves of the Hidden Guard, chosen to bring the prisoner Mazog to the gates of Dol Guldur.
Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel have determined that the elves of Lothlorien must stand allied with the dwarves of Moria, as long ago they once did. They have selected a number of elves to oversee the passage of Mazog through Mirkwood to Dol Guldur, where the orc will be exchanged for the prisoners held by the enemy in that fortress. I will bring you to these elves, this hidden guard, as they make their preparations. This way, Gnarlo, I will introduce you to the hidden guard. The Hidden Guard is composed of 5 elves, chosen for their skills in various disciplines. You too will be a member of the Hidden Guard. I know your help will be invaluable. Allow me to introduce Ridir, Sigileth, and Arkador, 3 members of the Hidden Guard. The knives I wield thirst for the blood of orcs. It will be an effort not to give them that of Mazog. Tell me about yourself. There is little to tell. I have lived long in Lorien, and in all that time I have not seen such as an endeavor as that of the Golden Host. If any of its aims come to pass, it will seem to me a wonder. But I vow to see the will of the Lord and Lady in all things, for they have shown me kindness and beauty in such measure as I would not have believed were I not witness to it myself. How about, where did you get your knives? I crafted these knives myself, friend. This one is called Ignakasil, for its sharp point can pierce even the air, and this one is Lanchagil, for his edge can half a whisper. They are the last knives I will ever make, for all others would be less. For each orc I slay, I will carve a mark on the hilt of the knife that deals the killing blow. And I will give Flankachil and Ignagasil to the lord and lady when the grips are completely filled with these marks. All right, let me take a look here. Lanchagil, that's good. Ignacigil, all right. A worthy gift. Plans of the Golden Host. I am Sigilith Gnarlo, and I know already of your deeds. You are welcome to accompany us upon this errand, though I have my doubts as to its wisdom. It is a sorrow that the dwarves have lost their own to the cages of the enemy, but that is the way of war. Returning Mazog to his allies seems indefensible to me. If Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel see value in it, it is not the place of Sigilith to question. All right, let's talk to Radir. Look a little surf dude there, bro, with that headband you got. I can bring us by secret way to Dol Guldur if any elf can. I did it once before, long ago. Tell me about yourself. I learned the ways of the forest from our kin in the northern reaches of Mirkwood, and that place holds little fear for me. What the enemy has wrought in the southern reaches of the forest fills me rather with anger, and with sadness for the life that once sheltered there. I have planned a route through the forest that will permit us to bring Mazog almost to the very gates of Dol Guldur without being seen. What can we expect? The forest is dark and dense, and its paths are not to be lightly trod, but you need not fear overmuch, for I am familiar with its ways. I will bring you safely to the gates of Dol Guldur by secret ways the enemy knows not. Once we are there, however, we will rely upon the other elves of the company. My skill is in tracking and not in battle. If the exchange does not go well, it may come to fighting. What do we know about Dol Guldur? In the far reaches of southern Mirkwood, the fortress of Dol Guldur stands atop a rocky height. It was a stronghold of the enemy for a time, and still his evil festers there. I walked there once long ago. The memory is grim, and were it not for my companion on that journey, I would have despaired. If all goes well, we will not need to tread where I once did, and for that I am grateful. Plans of the Golden Host. It is a pleasure to meet you, Gnarlo. I know that you will be a great asset to us upon this errand. If we are to bring the orc leader to Dol Guldur with the hope that we can exchange his freedom for that of the dwarf prisoners, we must do so in secret. Our numbers are not so great that we can resist a determined effort to take him from us before reaching the fortress. All right, let's go over here and talk to Arkador. Lord Celeborn was against my coming, but Lady Galadriel spoke on my behalf, and he relented. Tell me about yourself, then. A short time ago I visited the halls of Thranduil, and spent the days feasting and conversing with our cousins in northern Mirkwood. My brother Fangris was slain while I was away. Mazog will not leave my sight. If he gives me even one reason to do so, I will end him. The Lady Galadriel must agree with this, for why else would she speak on my behalf to Lord Celeborn? What do you think of this mission? I think it is foolhardy to return Mazog to his allies, no matter how many dwarves might be saved. But I doubt also that Mazog will ever reach Dol Guldur alive. He will surely try something on the journey, and I, Arkador, will be there to end his life. I will delight in my vengeance and shed no tears for a plan unrealized. My brother Fangris was slain by orcs that came down from the mountains following the company that sought refuge in the Golden Wood recently, and I desire to end Mazog's life myself. It pains me to know we must turn him over to his allies, and I have argued long against it already. I petitioned Lord Celeborn to let me accompany the group transporting the prisoner, but he denied my request. Only once the Lady Galadriel spoke to him did he change his mind. I do not know what she said, but I am grateful to her for it. Now I will keep a close eye upon Mazog for the duration of the journey, and if he gives me the slightest reason, I will take my vengeance upon him. The elves of the Hidden Guard were chosen for their various expertise in a number of areas. Sigileth for her skill in melee combat, and Radir for his expert tracking ability. Were it my decision, I might have let Arkador join the main force of the Maladrim rather than the Hidden Guard, given the recent tragedy of his brother's death. But I am sure Lady Galadriel had her own reasons for speaking on his behalf, and believes he will be an important part of the Hidden Guard. I will bring you to the rest of the company, Gnarlo. Come with me, Gnarlo. I will introduce you to Isuriel and Cucuran. Isuriel was offered the strategic oversight of the Golden Host, but she turned it down. Says, I do not know why exactly, but I believe she thought others might be better suited for leadership. I think I met your brother over yonder, dude. Tell me about yourself. It has been my honor to provide food for the Feast of Lothlorien, and in recent days to guard its borders from the orcs stirred out of Moria. I fought alongside Haldir and his brothers to keep the passes of Fanudhol free from the evil. What do you think of the mission? I do not know if victory is possible, but I will meet the challenge standing upright, with Kuameth bent, his string taut. We cross the river and bring the fight to the very lawns of the enemy. While the Golden Host launches its attack, the Hidden Guard will deliver their charge to the gates of the fortress and demand satisfaction. If fortune is on our side, one of our aims at least will end in victory. We will be better for the trying, even should we fail. Welcome, Gnarlo. We are the Hidden Guard, formed by order of the Lord and Lady, and it is our mission to bring Mazog to the gates of Dol Guldur, there to trade his life for those of the prisoners held in that fortress. Secrecy is our watchword, and surprise our ally. Isuriel has told me already of your great deeds. I know you will be a vital member of the Hidden Guard on this journey. Wasn't she up in the Flet? I think she was up in the Flet over there where Lumas and, not Lumas, Dwendon, running through all the names of the elves I know, Legolas and Gimli were standing. Tell me about yourself. I am a stranger to war and battle, friend, and I'm proud to say so. To learn the secrets of our shared past and the knowledge that comes from wisdom is my aim, not the doing of great deeds. I hope to bring the perspective of history and my knowledge of lore to bear as part of the Hidden Guard. For prowess in combat, we will need to rely on Arkador or Sigileth. What can you tell me about Mirkwood? Radir has chosen a route through the forest that should bring us to Dol Guldur in secret, but there will still be dangers upon the way. Evils live still in Dol Guldur, it is said, and a great cloud spreads out from those grim reaches. We will have secrecy on our side, but we must not be lulled into complacency. The way will still be fraught with perils, not least from Mazog himself. What can we expect from Mazog? Mazog remains a dangerous foe, even in captivity. We will meet the dwarves escorting Mazog once we make the crossing of Anduin. They will not let down their guard, and neither should we. I am certain Mazog will try to escape, or worse, at some point on the journey. I wonder if that's our real peril, or if it will be keeping Arkador from slaying him once it happens. May Govanen, Gnarlo. It is good to see you again, and I welcome you to the ranks of the Hidden Guard. The knives of Sigileth, the bow of Cucuran, the path knowledge of Radir, and the strong will of Arkador will see this mission through, and the friendship between Moria and Lothlorien will be stronger for it. Let the enemy quake when he learns of the approach of the Golden Host, and he will think nothing of the hidden guard until we be at the gates of Dol Guldur and demand the prisoners kept there in exchange for the life of Mazog. It will be my pleasure to guide the hidden guard across the river on this, the first step of their journey. May it end in victory. We are entering the Mirkwood, but this is a different section of the Mirkwood than we're used to. Ah, we're on the other beach. Right over there's the tent. Down on that side of it is the regular landing. Here's the other landing spot, I suppose. We have made the crossing, Gnarlo. The dwarves should be just ahead with their captive. Let us greet them and discuss the plans for our journey. This way, Gnarlo. The dwarves must be just ahead. I hope Broin and the dwarves understand the importance of this errand's secrecy. The dwarves of the Iron Garrison are not known for their subtlety. The dwarves and their captive are just ahead. I fear they have been waiting a while. Hail, dwarves of the Iron Garrison. I'm Raider of Lorien. You already know my ally, Gnarlo, a burglar of great worth and bravery. We do. I am Broin, son of Broger, and these are the brothers Greyhammer. We go to Dol Guldur to trade the orc Mazog for the freedom of my cousin, Bori. Am I to understand you know the paths of this unpleasant forest? I know the ways of Mirkwood, for I trod them long ago, to the very foundations of Dol Guldur. The elves of my company, the Hidden Guard, will bring Mazog there by these paths. You will not make it a league. The orcs of Mirkwood will descend upon you and free me. Be silent, filth. Quiet, prisoner. Latugam hurers bagu. He is frightened, though it not be of us. Think you so, Asuriel? It is the strength of we dwarves that frightens him. Surely it is. No, Broin. Mazog is frightened of being brought to Dol Guldur. But why? Are his allies not there? What could cause him to fear that place? That makes me all the more eager to bring him there. Let him quake upon the road. Come here, Gnarlo. Hello there again. How you doing, Broin? At last we are underway, Gnarlo. If we have faith in these elves, this hidden guard, then I will as well. May our journey through Mirkwood be swift, and our return trip to be swifter, with Bori and the other captives hale and hearty. All right, talk to him once more. Let us see the camp these elves have made. There will be little in the way of dwarf comforts here in these dark woods, but I will do the best I may not to complain. A great journey awaits us. And we are back at the landing here at Ekad Sirion. Night has fallen while we were doing all that nighttime stuff. Let us talk to Alfrimbes here and find what the next step is.
For good or ill, we now have no choice but to embark upon this journey.
It has now begun, Gnarlo. For good or ill, we have no choice but to embark upon this journey. May both aims of the Maladrim see victory in the end, the rescue of the prisoners held by the enemy in Dol Guldur, and the delay of an attack out of Mirkwood upon Lothlorien. We will do all that we can to see both of these done.
The success of the Hidden God's errand will depend, I think, upon secrecy.
Chapter 2, Rumor of Mazog. The success of the Hidden Guard's errand will depend, I think, upon secrecy. We must ensure that the orcs of Mirkwood do not learn of Mazog's presence beneath the eaves, or they will surely launch an attack upon us in such number we cannot repel them. To the southeast are 2 forts from which the orcs of Mirkwood maintain a watch over this part of the forest. Search any coffers you find at Madhuladur and Arzurg Madufalung for orc communications, and defeat any of the Tagash you find in the Mirkeeves as you do. If you can return to me with any plans or messages that mention Mazog, we can determine how to proceed. If there are any aware that have brought him out of Moria, we may need to act swiftly to survive. All right. So that's where we're going to go. Next time, Chapter 2, Rumor of Mazog. We are going to call that an episode. We have brought Mazog to the eaves of Mirkwood itself, and we prepare to travel further into the dark and evil forests. We're going to call that an episode. Thank y'all for coming along with me today. I hope y'all have enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. Have a good weekend. Hopefully we'll get one up tomorrow. I do have a bunch of work to do today, a bunch of yard work and mowing and all. And I've also got several meetings at my work tomorrow that'll keep me busy. But after we get that done, hopefully I can get another one done as well. So we will see you then, and bye-bye.